grind is out to see the song. We'll be making these tunes until the weed is gone. We sonic boom, keep the metaphor going. From the farm to the lab, but you already know it. Another season from the seed to the bong. It's a never-ending cycle, so we never stop growing. Check the style, y'all, I've never been a clone. Cali dad, I got a style on my own. I live in the forest, no shortage on trees. Got a jar in every drawer full of foliage. OG, cooling with my homies on a Saturday.
Many of us about this process, they loved you, had such good impressions of you throughout the pre-draft process. What did you think about Brad Holmes, about Dan Campbell, about this team, this culture, as you stepped away from them at the combine and the visit?
A great visit, great people. My conversations with them all went well. Basically, they told me how much they, like me and how they can see me helping this team, and I think I can do the same thing. I'm ready for the challenge, and I'm ready to put my head down and work. So,
aside from your own strengths, what did you see in this team and its success over the last few years that gave you the confidence you could be a big piece going forward?
I think they've always been a great team, but it doesn't hurt to add another good player who can contribute as well. So I haven't. I'm just getting here. I don't really know the ins and outs, but I see a great team who's right there almost every year of winning the big game. So who knows? Maybe I could be the piece that's been missing, or someone else. But I hope I can be that piece.
Man, you're gonna make Lions fans go crazy thinking that. Just one piece away. You held up that jersey, the #1. You're the first-round pick for this team. You said there's nothing that could top us hearing your name called in the NFL draft. And this comes from a guy who just won a national championship. Achieving this dream, why does this surpass anything you've done up to this point?
I would just say I've been working so hard my whole life to hear my name called and to hear it in the first round. It's just like most people would never go through that feeling or have anything that, relates to that at all. So it was just great. I don't know how to put it into words. It was just a great moment. I've been working my whole life. It's a childhood dream, and hearing that is just second to none for real in my eyes.
You said you cried, a lot of emotions, cheered, jumped, or screaming. Was there a moment that you stepped away from the celebration last night just to yourself where you kind of just could clear your thoughts and think to yourself?
Yeah, actually, after all the first reactions and all that, I went outside and was just chilling, just soaking in the fresh air. I was so relieved that I got picked, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I got a team who wants me to come in and contribute, like I said. And it's just knowing a team wants you is just like a great feeling, at least in my eyes. And I'm willing to accept the challenge. So I'm here.
All right, you alluded to it in your press conference. This state of Michigan has not exactly been your favorite place to visit. You've grown in your college career to, as you said, hate this place. Take us through that journey of being an enemy of this state and now being a guy who could be the missing piece to a Super Bowl team.
So in college, of course, that was our rival, team up north. So we kind of hated everything that, had to deal with up north. But, now I'm here, so I kind of have to flip the mindset and love it now. So, of course, it's going to, take some getting used to, hearing the word all the time. But it's just a rivalry, it's embedded in me now. So
you can't deface that license. You're gonna have a Michigan license plate. You can't put the red X over it, man. You're gonna have to drive with it.
I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah, I might put a little red X. I don't know. So, but I'm happy to be here. No matter where I ended up, I was just going to be happy regardless. No matter if it's up north or it's in California. I'm just ready for the challenge.
That's the beauty of the NFL. It's a bunch of guys that have worked to get to this point, achieved the dreams together. You're going to be lining up trying to hit quarterbacks, tackle running backs next to Aiden Hutchinson, a guy that was a college rival. Have you wrapped your mind around that?
Yo, what's up, Pride Nation? Back at you with another video on today. This is Raw Detroit. I am TA of Raw Detroit. Make sure you hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and hit the word all so that you may be able to receive every notification that comes from the channel. And without further ado, let's go into it. We're going to talk Tyliek Williams, so we're going to go in depth. Year 2 loading. All right, guys, when you envision drafting a player, if you're a GM or you're a part of the scouting team of an NFL team, you're looking for the next dude that's going to be that guy on the defensive line. And Detroit, the last time they had the dude that was that guy, it was Sue. Sue was our guy. He came in his rookie season and had 10 sacks. You already knew that alone that Sue was going to be a dominant football player. And this is what you're looking at. Even when the Lions drafted Alim McNeill and now last season drafted Tyliek Williams, you are expecting one of these guys to be a dominant wrecking ball on the defensive line. I got to keep it a hundo. If I'm looking for a player, I'm looking for somebody that's going to be special and somebody that is going to be somebody that's going to give me what I need on that defensive line so that we can be one of the most ferocious defensive lines in the NFL. The last time the Lions really had a really, really scary defensive line is when they had Sue, they had Nick Farley, they had Ziggy Ansah. They had a couple dudes, man, that was on that line. And that year, I believe the Lions had the number 2 defense overall. But so far, since the regime of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, this defense has never been a top-tier defense. And that's where we're trying to get this defense to be. I believe ultimately at the end of the day, if the Detroit Lions can get this defense together, this team will be a scary football team. And it starts with the big guys up front. The game of football is won in the trenches. I hope that you know that. If you watch NFL football every Sunday, the game of football is won in the trenches. And we want guys that can go out there and dominate their matchups. Now, if Tyliek Williams gets better in year 2, then the Lions are really going to have something. If they can get this guy to give them maybe 5 sacks this season, that would be an upgrade to what he was able to put out last season as a rookie. You know, as a rookie coming in, nobody really expects you to be dominant. But if you're a certain player and you're a productive player in college, then a lot of people are going to be looking at you to say, hey, man, we need you to come in and make an impact. And I definitely think that Tyliek Williams can make an impact on his defensive line. He's going to have to. You know, he's getting paid the big bucks as a first-round draft pick. So he's going to have to be able to boost this defensive line with Alim McNeill. I think the two of them together, if these guys can become monsters, then it's going to make the job of Aiden Hutchinson and Derek Moore and DJ Wanham or whoever's out there is going to make these guys a lot better. If we're getting that pressure up the middle, if we're getting that pressure from Tyliek Williams and we're getting that pressure from Alim McNeill, then we are going to be nasty. Now, we already know that Alim McNeill is capable of going out there and getting at least 7 sacks. We already know. We already saw him do it in the past, and we know that he's coming off a severe injury. But this season, we're going to be counting on Alim McNeill to go out there and really give us what we need, to give us that cutting edge that we need on the defensive line. And I think if we can get that from Alim McNeill and Tyliek Williams, we are going to be ferocious. But when I dream about having a good defensive line, I'm looking for my next Warren Sapp on that defensive line. I'm looking for the next John Randall or Alan Page or Chris Jones. We want that dude in Detroit. That's what we've been looking for. We've been looking for that guy since Sue. I just got to keep it a hundo. I got to keep it real. We have not found that guy that dominates the interior defense like Sue. And we need a guy that has that presence. Whether it's Alim McNeill or Tyliek Williams, we need for one of these dudes to dominate that middle. And if we're getting the domination from these guys up the middle, man, this defense is going to be beautiful, man. Because you know what? We already got 2 of the best safeties in the league in Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. We already got 2 of the best safeties in the league. And we have one of the best linebackers in the league, if not the best linebacker. Definitely a top 5 linebacker in the league right now in Jack Campbell. But I believe that Jack Campbell is the number 1 linebacker now since Fred Warner has gone down and come back from his injury. So it's going to take him a little time to get back as well. But I definitely think that right now, Jack Campbell is holding it down. And if the defensive line goes out there and they perform well every Sunday and they get pressure on the quarterback and they're able to get some sacks on the quarterback, then it's going to make everything around them better. It's going to make Aiden Hutchinson better. It's going to make Derek Moore better. It's going to make DJ Wanham better. It's going to, whoever they bring in the rotation, is going to make these guys a lot better. So let me know, guys, in the comments section, what do you think Tyliek Williams is going to do in year 2? Because it's about to load for him. And I can't wait to see what Tyliek Williams is going to bring to the Detroit Lions. It would be a beautiful thing in Detroit if we can get either Alim McNeill or Tyliek Williams to be that next Warren Sapp, to be that next John Randall, to be that next Alan Page, to be that next Aaron Donald, it would pay off dividends for this team to get the pressure and to be able to get to the quarterback every Sunday. I'm telling you guys, if the Detroit defensive line gets better, then this defense is going to be a whole lot better because the pressure is created from those guys in the middle, and also Aiden Hutchinson and Derek Moore and DJ Wanham bringing that pressure and getting to the quarterback as well. But Tyliek Williams, we got to keep our eyes on him because we want this dude to be a golden boy on our defense. We want him and Alim McNeill to be able to get the pressure at the end of the day. All right, guys. Peace.